Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. So in this class, we are going to see current affairs of 25th July 2024. So let's get started. So here I am taking daily edition of Hindu. So whichever edition you have, you can go to that. So in this front page, I saw there are two articles which are very much relevant from our examination. So first topic, it is about budget. So in yesterday's class itself, we discussed about the front page, and there we saw one sarcastic image of finance minister, prime minister, and even other AP and as well as Bihar related persons. And there we saw about the different size of plates or thalis they are getting from the budget. So that is the thing which is given here. There is nothing much new. So you can focus on yesterday's topics, that's it. And here you can see one article. It is about UPSC set to revamp exams by adopting latest technology. So this article is related to you students. So they are going to adopt some new technologies. So if you want to do some scams or copying etc., so that won't work. Okay. So here can you tell me like which kind of technologies we can use? Come on. Any guess? Type of technologies. So first we have facial recognition. So by that we can identify whether that person who had been registered, he is writing the examination or not. And next one is fingerprinting. So why this fingerprinting is important? Any guess? Fingerprinting. Huh? So you know about twins. Twins. We have identical twins and non-identical. So even one example that I remember here is my sister's friends. So they are twins. They are identical, two girls. So one girl will be performing well and one girl will be like very dull. So whenever exam is there for dull person, this active girl used to go and write the examination and she will be getting placements in the IT companies. So that had happened recently. So because of this, whenever, even though they are identical twins, no two fingerprints cannot match. Okay, so for that, yes, we can use fingerprinting. Apart from that, which technology we can use? Okay, we can use third one is artificial intelligence. So can we use any other technology apart from these three? Any other technology? Okay. So how can we use the CCTV to avoid the scams? Especially I watched one movie of Mahesh Babu, Arjun movie. Arjun. In that movie, there was high-tech copying. Some students, they will be having electric watch. Some students, they will be having like spectacles. And one guy will be maintaining some dishes, everything in one van. And he will be sending the information to these people and they will be simply copying the things. So in that way, even we have to have a proper surveillance of our surroundings. So what is happening in our surroundings? So for that, we can use this CCTVs. Okay. So where can we use this article exactly? Science and Technology from GS paper 3. So it is one of the new application of AI. So when you are writing about applications of AI, you can use this artificial intelligence and you can say that now onwards we are going to use even artificial intelligence in reducing scams in examinations. Okay, apart from that, in which subject we can connect? GS paper 2, governance. So for proper governance process and maintaining of law and order also we can use this. For example, in TSPSC, how many times this group 1 had been postponed because of either paper leak or any projects, projections or anything, what happens? So like from last 10 years till now, there is no group 1 examination had been successfully conducted. Okay. So what happens if this kind of examination postponed or if this what cause? It causes law and order problem. And even till last 1 week, we can see like entire Ashok Nagar is filled with this police people and especially this Chaurasta region. So what happens? It will create a law and order problem. So here, can we connect this with governance also? For effective or proper governance, we need this kind of technology. Will you accept it? Yes, so these are the dimensions that we can see from this article. Clear? Any doubts? So if you see in detail what exactly this article gave is, it is talking about our UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, is all set to revamp. Revamp means to modify, to revamp examination system, and they want to use technological solutions like Aadhaar based fingerprint authentication, and next one is facial recognition system, and as well as CCTV surveillance using artificial intelligence. So you have to remember all these things, 4 things for sure. And why? Because recently there are many scams like fake certificates of Pooja Kedkar, like that. So they came into picture. So to control them and to ensure integrity, because if you compare with the state service examinations and central service examination, at least there is some authenticity which is providing by this UPSC compared to that of any other state government examinations. So if this kind of cases will come into light, means obviously the authenticity, integrity of this UPSC will be also get compromised. So to maintain its integrity, yes, they are going to adopt this technology. So tell me whether it is a good move or not. Yes or no? Okay. So this article is saying that we are going to adopt technology even in this examination systems. So even in other countries worldwide, they are using this artificial intelligence for examination, but in India we didn't adopt it. But now we are going for this adoption of this technology even in India. So you can write artificial intelligence from international relations from this point, right? And next one is they are also focusing on biometric authentication. So what is there in this biometric authentication? So when you got your Aadhaar cards, so which verifications have been done there? Fingerprint, next iris, next only that, right? So even one more thing here is no two people's fingerprint and iris is same. Everyone they will be having different. Okay, so we are focusing on biometric authentication so that it will be like authenticated and it will be like accountable, because no two people will be matched. And next one is even we are trying to use artificial intelligence also. Artificial intelligence. So when I talked about this other authentication, I got one thing into my mind. So that was, so one guy, he has two marriages, two wives are there, but no one knows that he is having two wives. So at that time, for ration cards, you know about this ration cards. So in the ration cards also, they used to take some iris. So he took his first family and he got everything done, and he took his second family. So there he was caught. So in that way, if there is a this type of authentication, means that will be very helpful for transparency purpose. And next one is even they are trying to respond to this cheating allegations also. Like recently we discussed one article like chairman of UPSC is resigning before his term is done. So why he is resigning? Because he involved in that scandal. So because of this he is resigning, even he has a term of 5 more years. Okay, so this type of allegations are going on this UPSC. So now they want to be very accountable and transparent by including this technologies. Clear? That's it. And if you move on to other pages, so is there any article which is important from states page? Anyone? Is there anything important from states page? Venkatesh, tell me. No? So here, can you see this image? What is this image talking about? At least what you can understand. Which water? Rain water. Which rain? Which type of rain? Rainfall types. How many types of rainfall? What are they? So whenever I will get the question, I will ask surprise questions. Types of rainfall. Orographic, conventional, next cyclonic. So here if you see this image, it is talking about one important temple. How many of you are from AP? AP? No, Telangana. AP? No one is there. Okay. So it is talking about Sangameshwara temple in AP from Nandyal district, which had been submerged here. So this is not rainwater, this is Krishna river. Okay, what happened because of rainfall from continuously from last 1 week, so there is increasing of flooded water which came to this river, and finally there is submergence of this river, sorry, temple. So here, can we connect this temple with our temple architecture? Yes, right? So whenever you are seeing this type of images, that will be very important from your examination point of view. You have to see temple name and architecture, and you have to see during which kingdom it was built and who is the king developed that, and even timeline like 12th century or 13th century or 14th century. So you have to see that. From that also you will be getting questions from architecture. And one more keyword here is river Krishna. So wherever you go, there will be question from your drainage system for sure. Any examination you are preparing, like CAPF or defense or any railways or RRBs, this river system is very important. There you have to focus on peninsular rivers and Himalayan rivers. So can you tell me the examples of Himalayan river system? Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus. And in this peninsular rivers, we have again two types, east flowing rivers and west flowing rivers. Can you tell me examples of west flowing rivers? West flowing rivers, Narmada, Tapi, not Mahanadi. Narmada, Tapi. Wow, very good. When you are going to write your RRB exam? Very good preparation. Tell me about east flowing rivers examples. Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri, Mahanadi. Okay, revise the drainage system today. Okay, so that is the thing. And so see this editorial. So this article is about budget 2024, long on intent, short on details. So actually we already discussed about this budget. We are not going to see this topic actually. And can you see this article? Read the title. Urban Transformation Strategies. So can you guess what might be given in this article? Urban transformation. Why we need urban transformation? Because of increase in population. Okay. So actually this article is talking about urban transformation. So where you will be studying about this urban areas, everything? In geography where? From GS paper 1 we have geography. In geography where exactly? Think. Have you studied this human geography? In that human geography you will be having this topic of urbanization. So there you will be studying about urbanization, what are the reasons, what are the negatives, what are the positives, etc. Okay, apart from that, where you can see this urban infrastructure? GS paper 3, economy, right? Okay, so now tell me what are the problems in our urban areas? So how many of you are new to urban areas? Tell me what are the problems you are having in Hyderabad? Problems. Drainage system. Okay, next. Traffic. Next. Pollution. Next. Okay, waste. Wherever you go, you can see the waste and you can smell the waste. Next. Water crisis. Next. Next. No proper plan. Okay. Okay, congestion. That comes under unplanned urbanization. Apart from that, I want major problem. Population rise. There is increasing of population in urban areas. Next. Come on, think, you can. Online students, please do reply. Okay. So now we have our 2024 budget. So how they are addressing these problems? How can they address these problems? Can you tell me? Infrastructure, how can you develop infrastructure? Drainage, what can you do in drainage? Underwater drain system, already we are having underwater drain system. That is very big as it can take away the humans also, especially dead bodies. Next. Okay, so because of increasing of population, they are facing problem of housing, and especially in Ashok Nagar. So Manoj, you have searched many days for rooms, right? Did you get the room anywhere? But you're adjusted in hostels. So because of the problem of housing, even yesterday's class we discussed about Pradhana Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Yes or no? PMAY urban component. Next, in which they can spend the money. At least guess, no, you can guess here. One thing is they are focusing on urban housing. Apart from that, waste, can they focus on waste? So we can go for solid waste management. And next, come on, think, you are future administrators. You need to develop the ideas from now. Traffic, how can they decrease traffic? How can they decrease? Pollution, how can? For example, electric vehicles. Okay, we can promote EVs. Next, traffic, how? Expand. Come on, think, you can. If this suddenly collapse, what we have to do? Next. Okay, let us say this article. It is giving lots of insights like where they are going to focus on this year budget. So this article is saying that state government and then municipalities and even cities, they have to take part in this budget, and they have to focus on improving of urbanization to make the better standard of living in these regions. So actually they gave introduction regarding some data regarding cities and how the population is increasing and which rate. So you have to note down this data. Cities are about home to 50 crore people and accounting for about 36% of India's population is present in cities. That means we can say around 53% of people they are living in rural areas and 36% of people they are living in urban areas. So here especially this migration topic had been completed to you, right? So in migration, people will be shifting from one place to another place. For example, rural to urban or urban to rural. So can you tell me the different types of migration? Rural to rural, rural to urban, urban to urban, urban to rural. So which migration is happening now? What is the trend? Rural to urban areas. So here every year 2 to 5% of urban population is increasing because of this rural to urban areas. So in your geography notes of human geography, in this migration topic, you have to make a note of this 2 to 5% of increasing of population every year in urban areas. So in this way, you have to add the value to your answer. And next one here is the ever growing pace of urbanization calls for sustained investments. Okay, so because of this increasing of urbanization, the new cities will come up, rising of cities or booming of cities. And actually Hyderabad was present like this only, but now it had been expanded like this. Okay, so because of this, what happened? We need proper investments to improve the standard of living of the people who are coming here. And even we can consider these cities as a growth hubs. Why we are calling it as growth hubs? Because we will be having lots of what? What are the advantages we are having? Proper healthcare facilities, proper education facilities, proper companies, proper industries, proper employment generation. And even if you go to this Ashanagar roads, you'll be getting lots and lots type of food items, right? Okay, and even there are MNCs like McD's, McDonald's. Will they available in the rural areas? No. So because of this, we will be calling them as growth hubs. So they are providing lots and lots of options and as well as opportunities for the people. So we need to go for proper planned and growth of the cities. So especially they are focusing on urbanization in this year budget because they are the growth catalyst, and they are focusing on robust urban strategy, and even they are focusing on the economic growth. How? Because these cities are considered as engines of economic growth. So on this they are focusing, and especially they want to improve infrastructure, and also they want to support the sustainable urban living. So on these areas they are focusing, and these are the keywords. So when you are writing answer, you should use this type of words like sustainable living, infrastructure, economic growth, engines of economic growth. So these words you can't get. Okay. And next one is they are focusing on Awas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So this scheme, it is having two components, rural component and urban component. Now we are talking about urban areas. So in urban areas, they want to improve housing facilities, that to affordable housing. And even one more thing that we can see here is in cities. So who are the people working labor? They are migrants. They are from north, especially from Bihar. So we can see they will be coming to the cities to get proper livelihood, etc. So these are the people, they are facing lots of problem to get houses for rent. So even whenever government is providing affordable rental housing for these migrants, then it will be the solution for this industrial workers. So this is the one important problem that faced by this migrant population a lot. And next one is they are focusing on infrastructure investment, like they want to encourage public private partnership in this investment. So this thing that we discussed in our yesterday's class itself. And next one is they are focusing on digital transformation in urban management, especially in this traffic signals you can see cameras, right? And even if you go to any ATM, we will be having CCTV cameras. So here we want to focus on this digital thing so that we can ensure accountability and as well as transparency in this. And next one is we can also focus on waste management. So waste is an important problem. Wherever you go, you can't see, but even you can smell the waste because of decomposing and everything. So here in, especially in Hyderabad, GHMC is focusing on conversion of waste into energy. So have you seen these vehicles of converting of waste to energies? So they will bring small equipments and they will be throwing the waste, and that will be connected to some batteries like that. So they will be converting it to waste. So like that way we can use some technology so that waste can be converted into energy, so that we can go for clean energy and we can go for proper solid waste management. So see this question, can you answer this question? Discuss the roles and responsibilities of state governments, municipalities and citizens in implementing the provisions outlined in the union budget. So I took this line which is given in the article itself. State governments, municipalities and citizens in implementing provisions. So same line. So in this way only you will be getting questions. Just I added word discuss. Discuss the roles and responsibilities of government, municipalities, citizens in implementing the provisions. How can effective collaboration between these entities ensure the success budgetary allocation schemes? So now tell me, what is the role of government and what is the role of municipality and what is the role of you? You are citizens. So you have to take the heading of each and everything. One is government, next one is municipality, next one is citizens, and below these headings you have to write at least 3 points. Okay, so that you can do the answer. And if you go to opinion page, so all these 4 articles are regarding your budget only. So what are the topics we discussed? So again the things are game, but we have to see this. So can you see this article title, a budget that places health on the margins? So what it is talking about? Yes, led budget to health sector. So do you know any schemes regarding health? It is from state. I am asking from central government. Arogyasri we have in Telangana. It is about union budget. No, you have to talk about union schemes. This is from central government schemes. Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Okay, that is also called as Ayushman Bharat. Next, any other schemes you know? National Health Mission. National Health Mission. Okay, so this article is talking about budget and health. budget and health. Okay, so here you have to see what are the problems in our healthcare sector. Tell me. Problems in our healthcare sector, you can tell. Come on. Online students, so please to participate. So what is the problem in our health? Science student. Less? Okay, medical facilities are not there. So can you elaborate on that exactly which facilities we don't have? So have you watched this movie Jawan? Jawan movie. In that Jawan movie, there will be one scenario of Dr. Peram or Perana. What is that character name? So let it be. But tell me, in that scene, they clearly says about what are the problems in our healthcare. So what's this type of movies? No, at least. Madam, no time in watching videos only. How can I watch movies, ma'am? Is this your question? What are the problems? We don't have proper, okay, improper PHCs, that is primary healthcare centers in rural areas. And whatever the doctor to patient ratio or nurse to patient ratio is not properly present in India. And next, no proper infrastructure in hospitals, like labs will be not there, like big equipments which will be used to diagnose the disease will be not there, like CT scan or MRIs, etc. Okay. And even people, they don't have proper awareness about the schemes which is provided by the government. Next. Didn't get you. Okay. So they don't have proper training and skill development. Next. Hygiene. So because of lack of hygiene, there will be furthermore increase of infections after we are joining the patient in hospital. Next. Okay, so we don't have the proper treatment for rare diseases. That will come from people side, from hospital side. Out of pocket expenditure, right? Out of pocket expenditure. So these are the problems. So can you expect where our government is focusing now? At least guess. Development of hospital infrastructure. Next. Equipment. No, they will not focus on equipment. Next. Okay, let us see this article. Are you getting sleep? No one is responding properly today. What happened? Getting sleep? Getting bored? Okay, so this article is saying that we need more health investment, because from COVID-19 onwards, we understood like we have lots and lots of loopholes in our healthcare system. Until this COVID-19, we thought that yes, we are performing very good in health. If any disease will come, we can easily support that, or we can easily come out of that thing. So we used to have that phobia. But actually, once this COVID-19 entered into our lives, so we understand that what are the healthcare system we are having, it is not at all enough. So we have to update our health infrastructure a lot. So here finally they are focusing on economic growth and as well as health priorities. So actually in this budget they are allocating very less amount to the health. That means they are neglecting our health investment this year. So here how can we ensure economic growth? So whenever there is any proper health, for example, if I am working here, means if I am having a proper health, then only I can take classes for the more time, and I will be satisfying you students by giving the content and everything. So if I am not feeling well, means can I take long hours of classes? No. Sometimes I will get giddiness and I will fall here only. Then you get panic and I will be getting panic. Right? So what happens? Overall work productivity will be decreased. So if you want to increase the labor productivity, we have to focus on health sector, right? So healthier workforce will be very important for a nation so that we can go for sustainable economic development. Okay, so this is the thing that we are missing in our this year budget. And next one here is because of the funding here decreasing here, what happens? So it is disappointing many areas like national health mission is disappointed, and even we have this Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, nothing but Ayushman Bharat. So they are getting disappointed because they are getting very less amount of funds. And even there is one more challenge of this Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. It is like inclusivity. That means if it want to increase its coverage means it needs more amount of fund, but already there are very less funds. So that what happened, there is no proper adequate coverage, and even especially vulnerable populations, they will be get vulnerable still more. And whatever the aim we are having, that is goal of universal health protection, we can't achieve that because of this less funding. Clear? And next point here is whatever the skill force is there, there is no proper skill or training, we have to focus on that also. But here because of less funds, we may also having some limits on providing the skills to this people. And next one is even drug pricing reforms. So in yesterday's newspaper, there was one article like there is decreasing of custom duty on even cancer related drugs. Yesterday we discussed that. So because of that, what happened? So it is one of the good step that we can say. So because of this, our medicines will become more affordable, so that the tax is decreased means overall price of that drug will be also decreased. So it is one important step that will be benefiting both our public and as well as private healthcare. And even we are seeing there are some positive steps towards agriculture, because we are having this climate change. So because of this climate change, what happens? There will be negative impact on agriculture. So we will be not getting productivity as earlier. So we are taking some steps, especially we are focusing on environmental sustainability and as well as the health of that soil and health of that so and so crop, etc. And there is one more separate article on this agriculture we will be discussing there. And next one here is, it is saying that there is very less public health funding. So nowadays we are seeing there is rising of communicable disease. Can you give me some examples? Nipah cases. Next one is Chandipura virus. Next, Chandipura virus, dengue cases, Zika virus. So these are communicable disease. So if they will be spreading rapidly means, if the fund is less means we can't control them. So this is also an important problem. So see this question, can you answer this? Read out the question. Read the question. Can you write this or not? What are the points I said? They will come under impacts or outcomes. So based on that problems, can you write suggestions or measures? You can write, right? You have that capability. Yes or no? Yeah, see this article, a big step towards transformation of various sectors. Can you guess where it is focusing and which sectors? Guess, you can do it. Come on, tell me. So here it is talking about women participation. And tell me in which areas this year budget had been focused. Tell me MSME, next. This word will come easily from your mouths. Next. MSME. Schemes on mobiles. Women, okay. Women empowerment, next. In which areas they had been focused? Yeah, job creation, next. Yeah, infrastructure investment had been doubled from 1.7 to 3.4%. Next. Yeah, tax had been reduced and custom duty on gold had been reduced to 6%. Next. Yesterday's class. Come on, recall the things that you have heard. Forget? Forget me also, no. What we discussed in yesterday's class? Okay, very good reason. easy to escape. Okay, so this article is talking about in which areas they are focusing. So as you said, they are focusing on the first one is job creation. So regarding job creation, how many schemes they are coming up? 5 new schemes. Okay, so in which areas you are focusing? Internship, providing, next skills, next, huh? Hmm? Where we focused? Yesterday's class, I said clearly about 5 points where they are focusing. They are focusing on formalization of economy and giving training skills, and even they are providing boost to the private sector. Next, MSMEs. Okay, so here they are focusing on economic growth. How? Through improving the skills of the students, youth. Okay, they are focusing on especially skill development, and especially in which sector? That is service sector. And next one is they want to focus on energy sector revitalization. Yesterday we discussed this topic. Tell me in which areas we are focusing. Solar, and next one is, I gave you question. How many of you wrote? Tell me what is that second area? Where we focused? SMR. Okay, small modular nuclear reactors. Okay, so this is second one. Okay, they want to focus on energy revitalization, and they are having commitment of reducing this carbon footprint. So we have a target of carbon neutrality. What is the year when we have to achieve this carbon neutrality? 2070. So what is this carbon neutrality is about? How much amount of carbon dioxide released is equal to amount of carbon dioxide absorbed. Okay, so India got a target of achieving this carbon neutrality by 2070. So to achieve these targets, from now onwards, we have to take some steps. Okay, so first one is, here we have to reduce this carbon footprints, and we have to move towards sustainable energy sources. Okay, so that we can have an investment in this solar energy and as well as SMR, small modular nuclear reactors. And even they are focusing on healthcare. So here they want to focus on reducing of this healthcare cost. And even though here the budget allocation for this health sector is low, but they're talking that they had been given something to this health sector. And next one is you are focusing on women economic participation. In which areas you are focusing on women? Yesterday in class we discussed. Women empowerment. Next, training skills, safe environment for women. Next, providing hostels, state sponsored hostels accommodation. Next, on health, anemia, etc. Portion 2.0. Everything went into space from your brains, right? We should not do like that. On that day, at least try to revise the things, because what are current affairs that you read today, so again it will be reflecting in tomorrow's or day after tomorrow's page. And for 15 days, articles of budget will be there in news. Okay, so you have to remember everything. You should become very sharp. Okay, so for using of this memory and everything, I think on August 3rd, your environment will be done, right? What will be the date of next Sunday from August 3rd? August 4th? Is August 4th Sunday? See once in the calendar. On that day, we will be having one session by one famous author who will be telling about how to use your memory and how to remember the things what you are studying, and how to use your right brain and left brain while writing your answers. That will be very useful. And actually, he is author of one book also. August 10th. August 3rd is? August 4th is Sunday. Okay, on August 4th itself, we will be fixing that session. Okay, for 1 hour. So if you like that, we will be continuing that sessions or else we'll be dropping out. But if you attend that session, then you can get proper idea of how to use the things, because whatever I'm saying in yesterday's class itself you are forgetting today. I thought of I should skip this, but after seeing your memory and your attention, your determination, I am thinking that we have to have that sessions. Okay, on this Sunday, that is on August 4th, we will be having that class. And even we will be conducting that on YouTube live also. So online students, for you also, this will be very helpful. On that day, you can try to attend that session. So I will be giving you the plan on that day, at which time we will be having that session. Okay, next, they are focusing on research and development. In yesterday's class itself, we discussed that, yes, they are increasing the budget on this research and development. And next one is they want to bridge education employment. So even after completion of education also, they are not getting proper employment according to the degree they got. So for example, they will be doing PhD, but they will be doing the job of even who is doing like data entry or degree like that. That is called as underemployment. Okay. So underemployment, they are going to bridge this. So can you see this question? Discuss the role of internships and research in developing a highly skilled workforce in India. Evaluate the current state of these opportunities and suggest measures to enhance their effectiveness. Can you write answer? If yes, like this. If no, like this. So don't mix those two. I'll be getting confused. Yes or no? Mani, will you write now? I'll give you 5 minutes of time. From next week onwards, we will be having answer writing practice on live. I will be giving the question from current affairs and you have to write on that spot. Okay. I will be explaining the content, then what is there to write? Why are you looking at me like that? Will you write or not? Okay, right? Yeah, say this title, prioritizing inclusivity and fiscal prudence. What is this article talking about? See that image. What is that? Very bubbly. Sunflower. Oh, okay, tell me what this article might be talking about. Agriculture? Yes or no? Yeah. So it is talking about agriculture. So one thing is clear. It is talking about agriculture. So where you will be seeing this agriculture topic? In which subjects? GS paper 1 geography. Yeah, GS paper 3 economy. You will be having lots and lots of the content in this economy. Next. Okay, GS paper 2 governance. Next. Society. GS paper 1 society. So can we study something from history or not? When it started, agriculture in which age? In which stone age? To be specific. Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic. Yes, in Neolithic period, so this agriculture had been started. Tell me in IVC which type of crops they find, they grown. So that way also you'll be getting question. Next, barley. Wheat. Tell me everything. Tell me everything. So here we can connect this agriculture with GS paper 1 history from ancient history point of view. And from science and technology, can we connect this agriculture? Where exactly? Genetic engineering. Can you give me some examples of genetic engineered plants? BT cotton, have you heard this BT cotton? Next, BT brinjal. Yes or no? Bacillus thuringiensis cotton and Bacillus thuringiensis brinjal. Next, GM mustard, genetically modified mustard. Okay, can we connect with any other subject? Think. Okay, you can compare agriculture with other countries from international relations from GS paper 2. Okay, so what is the difference between agriculture in India and US? So have you watched any vlogs on YouTube regarding agriculture in US? So they'll be using entire technology like using of drones, using of machineries, but here we'll still use man or labor. Next. And even one more problem I observed here is, here we have fragmentation of agriculture. That means, for example, if one guy who is having like 100 acres of land earlier, so if he is having 4 sons, everyone will be dividing this 100 into 25, 25, 25. And if this person is having 4 sons again, like his father, so this 25 will be divided as 4, 4, 4, and his wife will be having 5. And if he is having 4 sons again, like his father, so only 1 acre. This is the reality in Indian agriculture. Okay, so what is happening here is, from generation to generation, land is divided. Okay, so we will be having very small land, but in what happened, Ashmita? But in US, what happened? So there will be long tract. Okay, so that is a one more problem. So because of that, if this person is having only 1 acre, so will he bring like harvesters or any equipment to make the agriculture? No, he will be doing farming by using the family members. So what happens? The productivity will be obviously decreased. Okay, clear? So that is also one problem. So now tell me, this budget is going to address which problem? Yeah, can we see this topic of GS paper 3, environment and ecology? You forgot this point. So from environment and ecology, we have climate change. So because of this climate change, what happening? It is having impact on agriculture. New virus. Okay. Locust. Locust, do you know about this locust? There will be dragonflies, they will become in a big group, and if they sit on something, it will be smashed within matter of hours. Next will be monkeys. Next, lots and lots of problem will be there because of climate change and agriculture. Finally, what happens? Agriculture productivity will be decreased. So whenever agriculture productivity is decreased, what is the problem we will be having? Food insecurity, right? So now tell me what this budget is focusing on, which area, at least guess. What might be it focusing? I will be rounding up. Tell me. Tell me. Genetic, okay. Next. Okay, agriculture and climate change. Next. Okay, economy, GS paper 3. Next. You said something. Okay, let us see here. So this article is focusing on, especially from agriculture sector. It is not only focusing on agriculture, but again the story that you are repeatedly seeing from last one day, it is focusing on what? Employment, agriculture, MSME, sustainability, and we are having a very long term vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. So even economy sir in his classes he said about this Viksit Bharat 2047, right? So it is our long term goal of achieving of economic development. So here, especially in this agriculture sector, this budget it is focusing on climate resilient agriculture, and they are focusing on increasing of employment opportunities, that you know, and even they are focusing on MSME, and especially we are having lots and lots of impact of climate change on agriculture. Some areas they are getting floods, some areas they are not getting rainfall, they are having droughts, and because of droughts, what happens? Famines will happen, right? So what happened because of this? There will be impact on food insecurity. So we can't provide food to everyone in our country. So for this, what happened? We all need to focus on food security, and as well as we need to focus on even farmers' income. Because whenever crop failure is happening, obviously farmer will be getting losses, not you and not me. The people who are buying the food grains, they will be not getting any loss. But the farmers will be getting loss because they will be investing their money, their life. It is a way of life. Actually, agriculture is a way of life, right? So because of this, our government is having an ambition of increasing or doubling of farmers' income by 2022. But 2022 had done, but till now there is no advancements or progress in this agriculture. And even they are focusing on empowering women, especially who are working in this agriculture sector. And next one is MSME financing. So all these are the things that we did. There is nothing much important. Okay, so only you have to remember about this Viksit Bharat 2047, which is a long-term strategic planning, and we have to focus on the futuristic prosperity of our country. Only that word, Viksit Bharat 2047. Okay, can you see this article? It is very important, guys. Yeah, here it is. Read the title. Is immunity for the president and garners absolute? So, can you tell me any article? Do you know about this this topic? Which article of our constitution talks about immunity of governors and president? 361. Okay, how do you know? Article 361. So I will tell you one story. So listen to this story. So our constitution is a copycat constitution. So from which countries we adopted the features? USA, next tell me. Countries name list. USSR next. Next UK. France. Australia. Next Germany. Tell me from which countries we copied our constitution? Germany, Australia, France, UK. So actually this article 361 is talking about immunity to two persons. Who are there? One side we have president and one side we have governor. President is from central part and from state we have governor. Okay. So we have two concepts. So first one is nominal head and real head. Okay. So we have nominal head and next one is real head. So who is the nominal head of our state? So nominal means for namesake. For namesake, at the central level we have president and at the state level we have governor. But actual power is having with whom? We have prime minister at the central level and we have chief minister at the state level. So actually this article is talking about this immunity power to this president and governor. That means it is talking about nominal heads, or we can say de jure. De jure or nominal heads, they are having this immunity. So here, why it is in use? Because West Bengal governor. Okay, where this governor will be there? In the place called as Raj Bhavan, right? So in Raj Bhavan, this governor will be there. So in that Raj Bhavan, one woman contract worker is also working, employee. So on that employee, he did sexual harassment and molestation, and finally that person who is a victim filed a case on this West Bengal governor. Okay, so this is the thing which is there now. So if you see here, he is getting immunity, so that now there will be no criminal proceeding to him. Is that right? That whenever any person who did wrong means he has to be punished under the law. So law is equal for everyone. But because of this post of governor here, he is getting immunity from this criminal proceeding because of this article 361. Okay, so this is the thing. And if you go back, so from which country we brought this? Any idea? Any guess? From these countries? Not US. From UK we got this. In UK we have one concept called as the sovereign immunity. Okay, you have to know this concept, the sovereign immunity. So what this sovereign immunity says is, king cannot do wrong. Okay, it says king cannot do wrong. So this is the meaning of this concept, the sovereign immunity. It says the king cannot do wrong. So whatever king do, that is right. According to UK, under this, the sovereign immunity. So we copied that and we placed in this article 361. Under this article 361 here, president and governor, they are getting this immunity. So what are those immunities? Do you have any idea? So one is, they will be not eligible for criminal proceedings whenever they are in power. Okay, I will write one by one, so you can write. Okay, first one is no court proceedings. So whenever this president and as well as governor, they are in power, so they will be not attending any court proceedings, they will be not attending. So this is the one immunity. And next one is regarding criminal cases or criminal proceedings. So it is given in article 361 subclass 2. Okay, it is article 361 subclass 2. That means if there is any criminal case which had been filed means, so there will be no criminal proceedings until they will be in this power of governor or president. So the third one here is civil proceedings. Civil proceedings means nothing but if there is any civil case means, so civil case can be filed against this president or governor, but 2 months before the notice should be given. Notice should be given before 2 months. So these are the immunities which are given. So because of these immunities, now you have to tell me which articles of our constitution is violated. Article 14, what it says? Right to equality. Next. Is this according to the morality or not? No, right? So if any one person who is doing mistake means, they should be punished, whoever it may be. But why these people have the immunity? So again, now the question is about constitutional morality versus citizens' right. So this can be provided to every citizen, right? But only for those people, why? Okay, clear? So this is about this article. You have to remember article 361, which gives about immunity to president and as well as governor. And you have to see these exceptions. Okay, so this article is saying that 3-judge bench has impleaded the union government to decide blanket immunity which is granted under article 361 to governors and president while in office from criminal proceedings undermines the fairness and constitutional morality. So now this petition had been filed in Supreme Court. Whenever they are getting immunity under this article, so we can't ensure freedom of judgment. So justice will not be provided, right? And even there is no fairness in judiciary system or justice system, and even constitutional morality also we cannot follow. So these are the questions which are before Supreme Court now regarding this case. So if you see the data, a contract woman employee in Raj Bhavan, she accused West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose for sexual harassment and molestation. So because of this, now question is immunity versus accountability. So because of this immunity, who will be accountable for that reason, for that incident? And next one is, we are taking this legacy, we are getting this immunity from UK. So we can see there is some British influence even in our articles. So it is called as Victorian legacy. So you can use this kind of words in your answers, Victorian legacy. It says that the king cannot do wrong. So king cannot be challenged under certain circumstances. Okay, and next one here is, we are saying there is gender violence implications. That is also one question. So whether it is constitutionally right or not, the next question. And do you know about this public interest litigation? PIL. What is this concept of PIL? So in polity you will be getting in judiciary. In judiciary you will be discussing, you will be knowing about Supreme Court, High Court, District Courts and judicial activism and as well as this PIL. PIL is nothing but because of something, if large group of people are getting affected means in the interest of the people, one can go and directly file the petition in Supreme Court, that is called as PIL. So this is not then the first case which is going on in India, but even many states, this kind of immunity which is given to the governors of many states, even in AP also. So because of this, it had been filed as a public interest litigation now. Okay, that's it. So can you see this question? Which of the following statements is true regarding Article 361 of Indian Constitution? Read this. Tell me the answer. How much time will you take? Money? C. Read once again C option. It does not protect. It does not protect. B, and after their term is done, they can be prosecuted. But in that term, okay, in that position, they cannot be prosecuted. Yeah, see this question. Under Article 361, which of the Indian Constitution, which of the following is provided to the President and governors? Very easy. Okay. So read this question. Discuss the scope and implications of Article 361 of Indian Constitution concerning the immunity of the President and governors from legal proceedings. How does this immunity impact accountability and functioning of this high office? So can you write an answer now? So you have to write about the sovereign immunity concept of UK, and you can explain about Article 361 what it says, and you can say what are the immunities you are having, and you can write some recent case of Andhra Pradesh and as well as West Bengal issue, and you can write what will be the impact. You can you or not? Yes, right? Okay, let us move on to our page. So here you can see one article, India committed to FTA with UK, says Modi. So recently we are discussing about this topic from last 1 month, or actually it is not a new topic. So we are trying to have this FTA with UK, but finally again we are coming up, again the same thing, they are saying coming up, but they are not finalizing this. But you have to know this, what is this free trade agreement. So whenever we are having trade, we will be having trade barriers like import duties, export duties. So here we have to eliminate those duties. So we have one option, that is FTA. Okay. And you can see this article, no progress on UNSC expansion, says former ambassadors. So what is this United Nations Security Council? I discussed this topic in our earlier classes, but long back. UNSC, come on. I said about members, everything. United Nations Security Council. It is one of the United Nations organ. So it is focusing on peace and security of the countries. So even I'm saying that Russia-Ukraine crisis is going on and Israel-Gaza is going on, but it is not taking any steps. Why? Because if you see the members, we have totally 15 members. 5 are permanent, we are calling them as permanent 5 or P5 members, and others 10 are temporary members. Okay, so these P5 members, they have veto power. If they don't want to continue, means that proposal will be cancelled. For example, here we have Russia as a member. So if anything, if we wants to move in UNSC, so Russia is having the veto power, it will stop. So because of this, UNSC is not taking any step to stop the war of Russia and Ukraine. And even China is also P5 member. And actually India, I said about this G4 countries group, G4, have you remember, do you remember? G4 countries and also Coffee Club. In our micro listing also I said about this Coffee Club and G4 countries. So actually permanent members are 5 and temporary members are 10, and these temporary members they have tenure of 2 years, and 8 times India had been elected as temporary member. Okay, so now India and other countries which are part of G4, those are India, Japan, Germany and Brazil. So these 4 countries, they are asking that you have to increase this or you have to expand this permanent membership. Okay, so they are asking to enhance this permanent membership of this P5, but finally this article is saying that there is no progress. So they don't want to increase the expansion or increase the membership of this permanent member. So she gave the detailed thing. Okay, that is the thing. And next, here you can see one article, right to shelter is a fundamental right. So recently one Supreme Court judgment said that right against climate change is a fundamental right, and now again there will be expansion of scope of Article 21 every year, and Article 21 you will be getting in examination. Okay, right to shelter is now a fundamental right, because in the case of railway infrastructure development, so when we want to go for railway infrastructure we have to take the lands. Okay, actually if you go to railway stations, so there will be many abandoned people who will be taking shelter in railway stations, right? So actually this case is about 50,000 people who are illegally living in railways land. So if they want to go for development, means this 50,000 people's livelihood will be affected. So now Supreme Court said that, so these people they have right to shelter because they are also human beings. So now this right to shelter is a fundamental right. Yeah, here you can see one article, grasslands in Kutch likely to host cheetahs from Africa. So actually earlier cheetahs used to be there in India, but they became extinct. Why? Do you have any idea why these cheetahs had been extinct? So earlier times during medieval period or ancient period, so what was the hobby of kings? Hunting of this animal. They will feel very pride. So because of that activity, whatever the number of cheetahs had been there in India, they had been zero, they had been extincted. And because of this, from last year onwards, our government is trying to bring back these cheetahs, but they are not Asiatic cheetahs but African cheetahs. Okay, because we are having good amount of grasslands in India, and grasslands is the habitat of cheetahs. Okay, last year from Namibia and South Africa we got 20 cheetahs, and out of that we lost around 6 or 7, I think so, because of infection, everything. And finally again we are going to get some more cheetahs. So you have to know, earlier we got these cheetahs and placed in this Kuno National Park in MP, but now we are focusing on Gujarat Kutch region in grasslands. That is some difference. Okay, and you have to understand what is the role of cheetah. So why we want to bring back this cheetah? Cheetahs comes under top predator. So top predator number will be very important for maintenance of proper ecosystem. So do you know what is environment, ecosystem and ecology difference clearly, right? Okay. Here you can see one article, it is about ICMR ready to transfer technology of a breakthrough TB detection system. So how TB can be detected? Normally, so if I get TB, so how can I get detected? I have to take some blood test, and even whatever the sputum I am getting, so that sputum will be cultured. Okay, cultured means, do you know about the culturing everything? No idea about infections, no idea about culture. Okay, have you heard about this blood culture and urine culture at least? Words? No? So how can you know like which infection you got? Okay, for example, you are getting like fever from last 7 days and you used many antibiotics even though your fever had not been decreased. Then your doctor will be suggesting go for either blood culture or urine culture. So blood culture means blood will be collected, okay, blood will be withdrawn, and we will be having a medium, agar medium, okay. So on this medium, whatever the blood they collected, they will be adding very little amount of blood, and if there is any bacteria or any organism which is present, So this medium will be providing the food for them. So because of that, what happened, the bacteria will be grown here clearly, and that will be isolated, and that will be kept under microscope, and they will be identifying which organism you got infection. So in the same way for urine also, urine, if bacteria is present in urine, so they will be taking very little amount and they will be growing in the medium in a controlled environment. And if the growth will be there, that will be isolated on a test tube, and they will be seeing and they will be identifying you got this Klebsiella, or you got this Streptococcus, or you got this pneumonia, like that. They will be giving you the report, and it will be taking around 1 week of time to grow the bacteria which is present in your body. Okay, so actually this is the thing that we will be using for even detection of TB. So here, for that, as I said, it will be taking 3 to 7 days of time. It will be very long, right? So for that, here they are using very affordable and faster and easy to use techniques now, and we are getting that technique from ICMR. Clear? No doubts? So FAST technique, it is based on CRISPR-Cas based TB detection system. Again, we will be having this genetic engineering user tool, CRISPR-Cas9, and that's it. Okay, so these are the important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I'm concluding, and thank you so much for watching. And environment classes had been started, so you can come and you can join the environment classes now also. There will be no problem. And if you want to take on online, we are providing both of recorded and as well as live classes. And the cost here is just 3,500. And apart from that, we are also providing GS Foundation course. So if you want to contact us regarding that course, you can contact us on the number which is given on the screen and as well as description. So that's all, and thank you so much for watching, and please do like this class and share this class to your friends, and do subscribe to Rathods Science Academy.